Massachusetts wants prisoners to donate their organs in exchange for time off their sentences? Is that even legal? I think that's what they're trying to figure out, because currently it is illegal to buy or sell organs for a donation. But a reduced sentence isn't a cash exchange, it's an incentive. Sign me up. You're not in prison. Why don't you just donate an organ? Well, hang on. I should get something. You can't sell your organs. Maybe that should change. I mean, prisoners are the bad guys, right? Why do they get a reward? If I give up my law-abiding kidney, I should get like 10 grand. I could do a lot with 10 grand. What do you think, Ugo?
Well, I think y'all are crazy. You think Jeff Bezos is gonna be selling his organs?
Why would he do that? He's already rich. He'd probably buy someone's though.
That's exactly why it's illegal. If you incentivize organ donation, you're just gonna get rich people harvesting poor people's bodies. Like Mad Max.
Never thought about it like that. Me either.
I freaking love Mad Max. Ugh. Mike, are you friends with these people?
Honestly, I'm not really sure how it works. 3 gadgets cops are allowed to use to spy on you without a warrant. First is binoculars or a telescope.
Ugh, I can't see the suspect. He's all the way over there.
Here, try these. Other way around, dingus.
Oops. The subject is still too far away. I need a stronger gadget.
Here. Yeah, look at my sweater. Blue, white, and blue. Police can use these gadgets to observe criminal activity in plain view, as long as they're viewing from a lawful location like this public street. Next is a flashlight. Police are allowed to use flashlights to illuminate any area you can see in plain view. Ooh. Which means cops shining a flashlight in your car does not violate your 4th Amendment right against unreasonable searches.
Not the flashlight.
This is your sign to clean your car. Next are night vision goggles. Cops are actually allowed to use night vision goggles without a warrant because they don't reveal anything that can't already be seen in daylight.
Wait, what?
I'm sure you saw this very sad story online where a 10-year-old shot and killed his mom. For those who haven't seen it, outlets are reporting that the boy was upset because she didn't buy him a VR headset, causing him to react violently. Due to the nature of the crime, he's being tried as an adult. Many are wondering what that means and when it can happen. It depends on the age of the child and the state where the act takes place. Some states say that all children under the age of 7 cannot have a guilty mind, and thus cannot be charged with a crime. There are other states that assume children, sometimes up to the age of 14, cannot have a guilty mind, but leave the decision up to a judge. But a child charged with a crime does not automatically mean they will be tried as an adult. In less severe crimes, they'll typically be charged as a juvenile. But in Wisconsin, where this case takes place, juveniles aged 10 and up are automatically tried as adults for intentional murder. What does it mean to be tried as an adult? Typically, juveniles tried as adults face harsher punishments not found on the juvenile level, such as life imprisonment and serving time in adult prisons. This is a devastating story, and no matter what, there are really no winners. Do you think children should be tried as adults in cases like this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. How to spot a liar. Ask normal questions like these. It will help you get a read on their normal response. Then, ask them about the lie. Then, look how they move. For example, liars fidget, or they close off, or they hide their hands. So make sure you share this with someone who needs it. Tinder owes you money because they hate old people. Like you. Oh, haha, just do the transition. Oh, seriously though, a lawsuit was filed in California claiming that people over 29 had to pay more for Tinder. Ugh. Instead of swiping right on the lawsuit, Tinder decided to settle for $5.2 million. If you qualify, you can get 70 super likes and a boost, or $50. Which would you choose? For more info, go to this link or DM me Tinder on my Instagram.
Bipartisan legislation to ban TikTok from operating in the United States.
Could TikTok be shutting down forever? U.S. officials are worried that TikTok, owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, will give China access to all our personal data. If this sounds familiar, it's because we unsuccessfully tried to ban it before for the same reasons. But after TikTok admitted to spying on U.S. journalists last month, President Biden banned federal employees from using and downloading the app on federal devices. Now Congress is considering once again a total ban for everyone in the U.S. TikTok, for its part, has been trying to reach a data protection model the U.S. would be happy with. They claim they've already spent over $1 billion to ensure that users' data can't be accessed by the Chinese government. But some politicians remain unconvinced, so a congressional committee is trying to give the White House the power to ban TikTok completely. But that sort of open internet restriction is highly unprecedented, and many question the implications. Do you think a ban is too constitutionally questionable to happen, or will YouTube Shorts take the throne? Let me know in the comments below. These are 3 insane ways people tried to fly for free. First up, the fake boarding pass. In 2024, a man snapped a photo of another passenger's boarding pass and tried to pass it off as his own. What he didn't realize is that doing this is actually a felony.
This ticket says you're a 10-year-old girl.
Getting caught can mean up to 5 years in prison. The next way someone flew for free was by shipping themselves from New York to Dallas in a cargo jet.
Huh.
This isn't so bad.
But cargo holds aren't exactly known for comfy seating. They're cold, and due to the pressurization, the air is hard to breathe.
Oh man, I don't feel good.
If caught, you could face up to 10 years in federal prison. But what's crazier is that a 15-year-old boy survived a 5-hour flight from California to Hawaii, hiding in the plane's wheel well. Miraculously, the boy survived despite commercial flights cruising at over 35,000 feet, which is higher than Mount Everest and requires oxygen tanks just to breathe.
I'm the king of the world!
These are the 3 rarest things ever found. First, an ancient Roman bronze hand. It was discovered in northern England in 2018. Experts nicknamed it the Hand of God, and while it hasn't been officially valued, similar items go for around $32,000 online. Next, in 2001, a Brazilian miner uncovered something he couldn't believe.
Ay, meu Deus!
A massive emerald weighing about 341 kilograms. Some people value it at a mind-blowing $400 million. But in 2015, a woman walking along a German beach found a mysterious message in a bottle. The bottle had been drifting through the ocean currents since 1906, a full 108 years. Inside the letter promised a 1 shilling reward for returning the bottle to a marine biology association.
Ooh.
These are the 3 rarest things ever found in people's homes. First, a man whose squeaky floorboard led him right back to the Middle Ages. After buying his house, Colin Steer noticed a dip in his living room floor, but didn't think much of it. 20 years later, he dug it up and uncovered a 33-foot deep medieval well dating back to the 16th century. And at the bottom, a rare rusty sword wedged inside. Next, a group of kids who stumbled into something that changed history forever. While staying at their grandmother's, the kids slipped into a hidden cave next to the house. Inside, they found walls covered in Paleolithic paintings, some over 17,000 years old. The discovery was so monumental, it forced historians to rewrite the story of prehistoric art. Finally, a real estate agent trying to sell a house, only to discover something so valuable. While looking around the garage, the agent pulled back a dusty tarp, revealing an old forgotten car. The owners had no idea, but the car was actually a 1963 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso, one of just 350 ever made, and valued up to $2.2 million. 2 of these drinks are poisoned, 1 is safe. I'm going to figure out which one isn't and then take a drink to prove it. Let's start with the water that looks dirty. So one of the simplest ways of checking water is by pouring it through a coffee filter. See that? All the dirt and grime trapped inside? If you were to drink this, you could be risking stomach infections, parasites, and some nasty bacteria. So this could be the drink that's contaminated. What's next? Oh, this water looks perfectly clear, but a lot of contaminants can't be seen. One of the worst is lead. Lead attacks your brain, kidneys, and nervous system. Let's test this water using a DIY lead kit. It should tell us in just a few seconds if there's any lead inside. And look at that, this sample's showing high levels of lead. I'm definitely not drinking that. Last up, a drink that looks contaminated and it smells like licorice. That can mean pesticides. Drink that and you're asking for nausea, dizziness, and long-term liver damage. So does that mean the first one's the safe one?
Wait, that's my coffee!
This prison is impossible to escape. The cells are arranged in a perfect circle, all facing inwards. At the center stands a guard tower with shaded windows, which means the guards can see out, but inmates can't see in. Inmates never know when they're being watched.
I feel alive. They're everywhere!
So they behave as if they're always being watched. Just one guard can monitor the entire prison. To prevent escapes, there's only one main entrance, a choke point, a narrow passage that forces escaping prisoners to a space visible to the guard. The creator of this panopticon imagined the design would be for prisons, factories, and schools. Most countries agreed this method was inhumane, but one country had a different idea. In the Dutch city of Haarlem, a 37.6 meter tall panopticon looms over the skyline. Once a prison, now a hotel. But for some, it's still a reminder of what could be. Never do these pranks in other countries. In Sweden, never paint someone's house another color.
What the? Did you really just paint my house white? I'm calling the police.
In Sweden, the government has strict rules on what color a house can be, which is why it's illegal to paint your house without getting a license first.
Hello, police? Someone just painted my house. Send everyone.
If you're caught, you'll be given a huge fine depending on your past criminal activity.
Well, then I'm out of here.
What? To where?
China. Ah! Whoa, we're on the Great Wall of China. Did you know you can see it from space?
That's actually just a rumor that spread online.
Well, I'm gonna make a post about it on Instagram to prank my friends.
Whoa, don't do that. It's illegal to prank people by spreading rumors online in China. If caught, you could face up to 3 years in jail.
But I already sent it to my friends.
Where are your friends?
Japan! Okay, is there any pranks I shouldn't do here?
Yes, in Japan, you should never ever put ice cream in someone's mailbox.
What? Why?
Because according to Article 78 of Japan's postal law, it's illegal to place any item that could cause damage or interfere with someone's mailbox. And it specifically mentions ice cream. If caught, you could get up to 5 years in prison and a $4,700 fine.
Run!
If you run up to someone's house, ring the doorbell, and then run away, can you be arrested? You punk, I'm calling the cops. You'll be arrested for this. Psst, kid, you better watch out. Going onto someone's property to play a prank is technically trespassing.
Yeah, I've been ding-dong ditching since 2020 and a cop is never shown.
Sure, cops may not show up for a minor trespassing violation like that, but if you do something more serious like vandalism, the cops will likely show up to arrest you. Also, you could run into a homeowner defending their property with their favorite amendment. Oh yeah, let me get old Betsy out of my safe. Wait here.
Ah, we gotta go.
I know just the place. Now we're in
England. Time for a knock-knock ginger.
Oi! Ding dong ditching is illegal in England.
Mike, help.
So here they call them chips. Michael, the Blindside movie made your story famous, and now you're suing your adoptive family and you say the movie is a lie?
I mean, kinda. I didn't like that it made me look like a dum-dum who needed to be taught how to play football. I was already playing football, and I'm not mentally impaired.
Yeah, you said that 8 years ago. What about now?
Well, now I'm a little thrown because I found out this year that that family actually never adopted me.
Michael, we all saw the movie. You were a dum-dum who needed to learn football until they adopted you. Explain.
Look, I thought they adopted me too, but it turns out they just took conservatorship over me.
Like Britney Spears if she played football.
The petition I filed in court alleges that the Tui family tricked me into signing conservatorship papers by telling me it was more or less an adoption. And because of that, they made millions off my name and likeness, but I never saw any of that money.
Those are some pretty serious allegations. Care to respond, Sean Tui, the dad Tim McGraw played in the movie?
Michael was already 18. We couldn't adopt him. And the NCAA needed proof that he was part of our family. That was the only way.
Even though Tennessee state law allows for adult adoption?
Oh, well, see, the thing about that is,
How did this man sell the Eiffel Tower twice when he didn't even own it? He tricked scrap metal dealers into thinking he owned it, even taking them on a tour around the tower in a limousine. He said the French people hated the tower and he would sell it to them at a steal. And steal is just what he did. He took their money and fled the country. The best part? The victims were so embarrassed that they never even reported it. So when he realized he got away with it, he came back and did it a second time. Sacre bleu!
Ever tongue-tied at a party? Try this technique. Repeat the last few words that a person says to you in a curious way.
I got a speeding ticket today.
A speeding ticket?
Yeah, but I totally wasn't speeding.
You weren't speeding?
No, I wasn't speeding, I swear. Like, it's called pulled me over and I was like...
And keep repeating this. You end up saying very little, but trust me, people will remember the way you make them feel. The biggest gift you can give someone is the gift of listening. This is how you talk to a judge. If you disagree with what the judge says, don't interrupt and do this. You're wrong, that's not what happened. Say this. With all due respect, Your Honor, this is what happened. If you want respect, give respect.
Psychological tricks cops use in the interrogation room. Cops will position their chair next to the door to make you feel trapped. The chairs will be uncomfortable so that you'll want to leave sooner and confess. My tip, tell them you're comfortable with invoking the fifth. In America, we have freedom of speech, which means we can say anything we want, right? Wrong. Here's a few types of speech that can get you in some legal trouble. You're not allowed to use your speech to incite imminent lawless activity. Let's all burn down the forest. Or use your speech to commit a crime, such as perjury. My name is not Mike. Similar to incitement, fighting words are also not protected by the First Amendment.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Go ahead, make my day.
Whoa, guys, them's fighting words. And those are any words that provoke others to commit imminent violence.
Then how will we settle this dispute?
Empathy and understanding.
You're right.
Like and follow if you want to hear more about the law and other forms of unprotected speech. For instance,